Surgery talk. So I know a lot of you have been wondering, like we said in our last video, what did we have done? Where did we go? How much? Those type of questions. So this video right here, this one, guys, this one is going to tell you everything, okay? Everything you want to know, all the tea, okay? All the tea. But let's start with my doctor. I chose Dr. Fasusi at Mia Aesthetics, and I chose him because he was snatching the girls, okay? And people were looking good and on his Instagram and on the Mia Aesthetics Instagram. Mia Aesthetics is the clinic that he works at. So I heard good things about the clinic as well. So I have family that went to this exact same clinic, not the same doctor, but the clinic, and I heard wonderful stories of their experiences. So I just thought, why not? Why not? You know, let's just go for it. Let's do what you want. Let's do what makes me happy, okay? And I wasn't too happy with my body, guys. Like, I know a lot of you might be, you know, thinking, oh, you guys were so perfect before and you had the perfect bodies, and that's just what you saw. I know how to work my angles. I know how to, you know, pose myself perfectly, sorry, in a picture, so you don't notice that little pudge I have, or the fact that I had absolutely no hips. Like, I actually had hip dents, so my hips kind of went inward. Did not like it. Wasn't going for that, okay? But my experience with surgery was very fulfilling. I got all the results that I thought I would get, plus more. Saving for surgery wasn't that bad, guys. It wasn't too expensive. I believe at the time my doctor was $3,500. That didn't include travel, Airbnb, or if I chose to do a recovery house, it didn't include any of that. But I was like, you know what? Let me jump on this. So, guys, I gave myself a month to lose enough weight that I wanted to lose prior to surgery and save up the amount of money for surgery. That's 30 days. And it was tough. I didn't get my nails done. I didn't get my hair done. I didn't really go out. I just saved. I saved, guys. So you can definitely do it. People think, oh, that's a lot of money. And in reality, it's not. You spend that on eating out and your nails and your hair and everything else, okay? So you can do it. So, guys, my experience with Mia Aesthetics was very, you know, enlightening, to say the least. So you go into surgery and you don't think about what actually is going to happen to your body, okay? You don't actually think about what your body is going through, you know, within this short time frame, the changes that your body is taking, the serious amount of the surgery. So I was not prepared. I was not prepared for the recovery. I wasn't prepared for anything. And guys, I'm a big baby, and my family will tell you I don't handle pain. I like to be in control. I like to be full control of my movements, everything. And I'm just kind of just a perfectionist that way. I don't really like people helping me if I could do it on my own. So it was difficult. But let's start with pre-op, okay? So pre-op is the meeting with your doctor or nurse practitioner the day before surgery, right? So you meet with the doctor, you take a pregnancy test, a nicotine test, you know, make sure you're not still smoking and things like that. And and then pretty much that's kind of it. You just meet with them and you get all of everything that you need. Your BBL pillow, your garments, you get size for that. All those things. That's what happens on that pre-op day. Everything that you'll need after surgery, you get on that day. I keep kicking the ring light, y'all. Sorry. But, okay, so that's pre-op. The next day was my surgery day. So I had the first appointment. So I think I was scheduled for 6 a.m., but it's recommended to be there at least an hour before your procedure. So I got there at 5 a.m. And my wonderful aunt, she went with me. I love her so much. She took great care of me in Miami. She rode with me and she waited in the waiting room. And y'all, it was hours. Because when I got there, I didn't go straight into surgery. I actually saw my doctor walk in like 2 hours after, you know, the 5 o'clock point when I got there. So that was nice. But I'm pretty sure he had things to do. He might have been busy. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he still thought that I was doing my paperwork and everything that was done at pre-op. Who knows? But they call you to the back, and my doctor started to just talk with me. He was very friendly. Like, it was like I was talking to a homeboy, guys. And even though you're fully naked and he's drawing on you and you're talking to him about your body and your insecurities, I didn't really feel insecure in that moment. Like, he was joking. We were talking about Houston and sports and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And he walked me to the surgery table, guys. And this is just the start of my troubles, I guess. But you know, you got to go through the pain to get the body you want. But I laid on the table, and the anesthesiologist, he was fine, by the way. I don't know his name, but he was fine. But he was just talking to me about the Houston Astros and the World Series or something like that. I'm not really into sports, and I was going under anesthesia, so I don't really remember. But I remember counting backwards from 10. So by the time I woke up, I was no longer on the table. I was on a completely different table in a completely different area. And I did not remember having surgery at all. So there was no recollection of me having surgery. So I woke up and I started screaming. Instantly, I thought that someone kidnapped me and I was gonna die. You know, just you think everything else. Well, I don't know if everyone has this effect, but I know I did. I just started screaming. I was like, help me, somebody help me. And the nurses, they were so sweet. They just, I guess they're used to it. They were laughing. They were like, honey, you're at Mia Aesthetics in Miami, Florida. I was like, Miami, I'm not in Houston. And they were like, no, girl, no. You are Miami. You just had a lipo 360 and a BBL with Dr. Fasusi. And then they started to come back to me. I'm like, well, since you said I had surgery, am I snatched? Still not fully aware that I had surgery. Just it's kind of coming back to me. She was like, girl, you look good. So I don't know if they tell everybody that, but that hyped me up, you know? Then I kind of started to remember even more, okay, girl, you did have surgery, you know? But after that, they make you wait in the back for an hour before your family can come get you. But I could hear my aunt. So I could hear her voice, and that was worrying me because I asked them what time it was, and she's been there like 6 hours, right? So I'm like, no, this isn't right, because she doesn't drive, so she's been waiting here all this time. I wasn't okay with that. So I asked them, can I go? And she's like, no, honey, it's regulated that you have to wait back here an hour. So I was like, okay, well, I have to pee. And she's like, oh, it's okay, you can pee on yourself. And I was like, what? She's like, look down. And I looked down, and there's blood everywhere, fluids and blood everywhere, all over me. She's like, honey, it happens all the time, just pee. I was like, no, I can't. So when she got me up to pee, I opened the door to where I heard my aunt, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna leave now. And they're like, did she really? And I'm like, yeah, I did, sorry. But I left. And at that moment, it feels like you have been hit by a bus, okay? You were in a car wreck, and it was a bad one. That's what your whole body feels like, okay? But luckily, the Percocet, that helps. Tylenol, extra strength, that helps. But even with all the pain medicine, you do experience pain. But again, my pain tolerance is different than a lot of other people. So I've heard people be like, oh, it's not that bad, you know, or it's moderate. But I felt like it was severe to me, you know. But again, I am very dramatic. I do not do well with pain at all, okay? But the car ride is very difficult back because you can't sit down, all right? So you're either laying down in the car or you're turned kind of backwards and your head is kind of on the headrest and you're hugging it. You could do that, but the best thing to do is lay down. Unfortunately, every bump, every hump in the road you will feel, and it will hurt. And it's a lot more dramatic than it would if you were just driving regularly, but you feel every single thing and everything hurts, okay? We made it back to our Airbnb, which was fairly near Mia Aesthetics. I actually dropped the link below to the Airbnb that I stayed in. She was really nice, very nice actually. And it was a very affordable. I think I paid maybe like $400 for the 4 days I was out there. So it's like $100 a day. Not bad, right? And it had a washer and dryer, which you will need. So if you guys don't do a recovery house, let me just put this plug in here. Please, if you get an Airbnb hotel, just make sure that there's a washer and dryer because you will be washing your garments. the garment that you have to wear for compression after surgery, that and your pads that you have to wear to keep compression after surgery, you have to wash that often. So you guys should definitely make sure wherever you stay there is a washer and dryer, so that you won't have to struggle and deal with that and smell dry blood and all that. It's just, you know, you wanted to make sure you're clean and sanitized and everything else is sanitized properly. Within the next couple of days, you will be going back to Mia Aesthetics for your massages if you opt to have them with Mia Aesthetics, which I did, as well as at your post-op, you'll be meeting back with your doctor. So I met back with Dr. Fasusi, and of course he hyped me up. He was like, girl, look at your body. And I was like, look at it. You love it. You did this. He was super cool and he loved my results. He took plenty of pictures. I might actually try to email him and see if I can get those pictures. I know I can't post them here, but I can blur some stuff out just so I can kind of show you guys. But I will post some before and afters here, and trust me, I will show y'all the good, the bad, and the raw ugliness of what was going on before surgery and after, okay? Because it's definitely a process, and you have to keep that in mind the whole time. Like, this is a process. What I look like right now, I might not look like this tomorrow, but end results will be what I want, okay? You just have to keep faith in the doctor that you chose. Do your research on your doctor, whoever y'all choose, okay? Because y'all don't want to be out here looking crazy or looking like ants or anything like that. So definitely take your time out and research the facility, everything, okay? And the healing process. So very difficult, especially when you have to get on a plane. I had to get on a plane to come back to Houston from Miami. So that just wasn't a nice, comfortable plane, cozy ride. You can't sleep really because you're in pain. And unfortunately, I took all of my Percocet before I got on the plane. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. I always just save one at least for the plane ride. But while the seatbelt light was on, unfortunately, I did have to sit on my butt. I did not like that. It hurt very much, and again, the pain medicine wore off. I had Tylenol extra strength, but unfortunately it was placed into the overhead bin, and you can't really go in there while the plane is in the air. So guys, I had to thug it out, okay? And meanwhile, everybody on the plane, they know that you had a BBL because you're hunched over, your butt is swollen, so it looks 3 times as big as it probably normally would after surgery. It's huge, you're swollen everywhere, and it sucks because you're getting these weird stares. But I was like, baby, I paid for this body, okay? And y'all can look at me how y'all want. Y'all look like y'all wish y'all could do what I did, okay? But the plane ride was just that. It was horrible. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It was terrible. So make sure you guys save some medicine for the plane ride, okay? Some strong medicine, not even just Tylenol. Get y'all some perks for sure. Once the seatbelt light on the plane was off, I was able to stand up, walk around, you know, whatever. I would chill with the flight attendants. But the other passengers on the plane seemed to not notice that I was bent over in pain or moaning and groaning or crying at some points. So they would be bumping into me, and that hurts. Like, they're bumping into stitches. They're bumping into bruises. They're bumping into, and I'm like, could you say excuse me so that I can move out your way? Or no. But also, guys, again, I don't handle pain very well. So I was being very rude to everybody, okay? So if someone bumped into me, I was gonna let them know, like, are you stupid or are you dumb? Do you not see me right here? Could you not say excuse me so I can move out of your way? Tell me. So I wasn't the nicest. And I have another story about that for when I got off the plane, guys. So I definitely, you know, called the flight before my arrival to the airport and let them know that I would need wheelchair accommodations, just because I wasn't about to be walking through the airport, y'all, and I'm moving 2 inches every 3 minutes. It just wasn't ideal. So I needed a wheelchair. The guy that was pushing my wheelchair was not here for my attitude, and I did have one, and he let me know that. He said, every time your girls come back from Miami with y'all bodies done, y'all come back with the attitude and y'all treat us very poorly, and we don't like that. And I was just like, how did you know I had my body done, even though it was obvious? Very obvious. I was like, how did you know I had my body done? You need to mind your own business. You need to push this wheelchair. Next thing I know, y'all almost fell out the wheelchair. This boy halted and he was like, do you want to walk? I had to woosah, okay? Because that was like the icing on the cake. I just came off of this horrible plane ride, y'all, where I'm hurting. And then this guy. So he pushes the wheelchair to my ride. My brother and my sister had came to pick me up, me and my aunt up. And he's like, do I know you from somewhere? I'm like, bruh, no, you don't know me. He's like, well, let me get your IG or your number. I was like, do goodbye. Bye. Bye. No. But after that, the healing process did not get better for me, honestly. But again, guys, I don't want to scare you. My experience will not probably be yours, because I know people that have went to surgery before and after me, and they have not had my exact same experience. I did not have, I wanted around the clock help, okay? Because again, I'm very dramatic, and I don't really like to do things. I don't want to depend on other people for things that I want to do. I couldn't go to the restroom on my own to poop because I couldn't really wipe. My butt was like so hard and it was sore. Somebody had to wipe me. I couldn't shower myself. So if no one was home at the time, like, I would just be there crying. I would just be there crying because I can't even wipe my own butt. Like, what? Can't even shower by myself because I'm not gonna get as clean as I need to be. You know, and I need to make sure my sutures and everything and my incisions, everything was kept clean, and I couldn't do that on my own because I couldn't bend. Maybe I should have said that a little bit sooner. But that's the reason why I couldn't do a lot on my own, guys. I couldn't bend. I had such aggressive lipo because I lost so much weight prior to surgery that it was very difficult for me to move. And my doctor did warn me about this. He said that my skin was not very elastic, so it was gonna take time for me to adjust. So let's say I'm changing out one of my paddings and it drops. It was like instant tears because I know it's gonna be like hell to get that thing up. Like, if you can't, I could try to use it, like get it with my toes or use my feet, but it'd be hell, especially if I'm by myself, you know? So, you know, I have to wake someone up or call one of my friends. Hey, can you come help me? I dropped my stuff, I need help. Luckily, my family and my friends, they had my back. I had one of my best friends. She came and she even bathed me. I love my friends. Like, they took care of me when they could. And I didn't want to intrude on their life, you know, too much just because of this decision that I made. But it was nice to know that my friends were there for me. So that was pretty cool. Every day for about the first month after surgery, I cried. Like, instantly. When I woke up, tears. Because I knew it was going to be a difficult day for me. You know, I ended up going back to work. I couldn't miss out on work. I was up for a promotion and I really wanted it. So it would just be like, I would cry, get that out the way, go to work. And we were very short staffed at the time. So most days it would just be me. It would just be me. So if I drop something at work, guess what? It's going to stay there until the next person gets in. And I worked in retail. So in the fitting room, we had these big, large, dramatic curtains. It was hard for me to move them around because it was hard for me to move, period. And my customers would be like, are you sure you should be working? Are you okay? And I didn't want to tell them my business. You know, I didn't feel that comfortable at that time. So I'm not telling them exactly what went on, but they're like, you don't look well, or, you know, you can barely move, you can barely walk. And I'm telling them, oh, I had back surgery. I don't know how I came up with back surgery, but that's what I went with. But it gets better. So around the second month, I was able to do more, and I was able to, you know, wear more to show off my, you know, newly bought body. So that was fun, and the pain subsided. I had my boyfriend massage me almost every other day, so that was nice. And things just got better. Honestly, things just got a lot better. I'll post some of my most recent pics here, as well as, like I said earlier, pre-op pictures, so you guys can see why I wanted surgery, what areas of my body that I wasn't really too comfortable with, that I didn't really like. And, you know, you can see for yourself. If you feel like I needed it, then that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too, because I still did it. But if any of you have surgery questions, post them down below. I recommend my Dr.Fasusi. He was everything. He's not 3,500 anymore, ladies. I think he's closer to 7 or 8,000. Sorry, that's why I jumped on it when I did see his price. But there's plenty of other great doctors at Mia Aesthetics. There's surgery groups. I'll actually post the link to a couple that I'm in down below. Shout out to Marvette. Girl, I love you. Oh, and that is one of our group moderators, and she actually just had surgery herself. So I'll post the link to our Facebook groups down below, and you guys definitely make sure to, definitely make sure you add the group and you engage and ask questions, because everybody in there is so nice. Wonderful, actually. So any more questions you guys have, any thoughts, concerns, whatever, definitely address it down below. Don't hop in my DM on Instagram, guys. Address it down below. Like this video, subscribe, share it. Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell everybody to share this video. Hopefully the next one will include Mia, because I miss her and I definitely like our videos together. I feel like we have a good little banter back and forth. So definitely want to make sure our next video is together. Hopefully she's done quarantining and feeling better. But thank you so much for liking this video, and thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for taking the time out your day. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this video for me, moi. And thank you so much, and see you on the next video. Bye.